Hello there you, and welcome to a gigantic horde of orcs, as they're about to smash headfirst into Acadian siege regiment, supported by the Sisters of Battle, as the two forces fight for domination over the strategic hilltop. Will the gigantic Orky war be able to make its way through Imperial lines? Or will the Sisters of Battle tip the favor into the Imperium's dominion? But before we do get into today's fight, I just want to say a quick shout out to all the channel members who helped keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out the amazing ChaoticPinky store. We got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, let's get on with today's battle. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off the battle, the orcs coming in from that side over here, the Imperium of Man over here with the Sisters of Battle. Now you can see, this is the terrain that they're going to be fighting over here. We've got this hill, the Imperials want to capture this early on so they can rain fire down up onto the advancing orcs. You can see they're already making a break for this hill over this side here. However, the orcs are closing that gap fast today, ladies and gentlemen. They are super empowered orcs running with advanced speed here as they charge into the Wagh. Oh my gosh, this is gonna get good. The Imperials, though, look at this, they're making a break for it. They're trying to get that hill. Already a couple of tanks setting up there on top, raining that Lehman Russ firepower down into the Orky lines, taking out a couple of them already, but they are actually a little bit scattered out, and they're also moving fast here. The orcs too are making a break for that hilltop. They've already gotten there. The Imperials have yet to set up. A couple of tanks have still gotten into position though. And that's it. The orcs have already crested it now. The Imperial firepower is opening up. Last cannons and auto guns here, trying their best to hold back the Orkies. Look at that. It's a magnificent swarm just sweeping over the top of the hill. The bodies are really starting to pile up already. It's 10,000 orcs have lost their lives here to only 200 Imperials. That's a good ratio so far, but the Sisters of Battle are making their way forward down here, getting into that front line. They will be the bulwark against this gigantic herd that is coming in. Now, the Imperials do have a couple of advantages here. So the first one is that they've actually managed to capture the hilltop up there. The second is that this is actually quite a narrow part of the battlefield. So the orcs are going to get funneled into their guns here. You can see that the Imperials are using that to their advantage at the moment. We do need more of these Sisters of Battle, though. Get into the front line. Because, yeah, look, the orcs have really started to swarm in here. The amount of firepower, though, coming from behind these is truly magnificent. The orcs taking monumental losses, pushing into this line. But again, they've already captured the hill here, the orcs have. So the orcs do have some Dakka here too. So if they can get their Dakka onto that hill, they'll be able to rain it down upon to the Imperials themselves. You can see the orcs also actually trying to assault the hill here up these deadly narrow paths. They are really being funneled in, but what it's doing is it's distracting the gunners on top of the hill from laying that firepower down into the valley below. What the heck is going on here? Okay, so it seems that we've got one invincible orc who's just able to take about 1 billion rounds of last fire. Luckily, them last rounds are going straight through him and hitting his comrades behind. I'm sure he'll die soon enough there. But the line is holding a fort now. It's a cascade of corpses comes down from the side here. Lots and lots of orcs are throwing themselves at this front line, rapidly approaching 100,000 losses. Now, where are all the Sisters of Battle? Are they in amongst this? I suspect we are, you know. There we go. We've got a solid line of them here. Again, that Imperial firepower moving up behind them, advancing with them here today. So the Sisters of Battle can keep advancing as far as they want. It matters not. The real weak point, though, does appear to be that hillside over there. The orcs are just streaming down it, and it doesn't seem to be like there's much melee resistance coming out of the Sisters of Battle on this side, but is it actually needed, I guess, is a great question. Looks like we've only got 1 or 2 of them. Well, yeah, the orks are getting distracted by like 1 or 2 of the Sisters of Battle over here, trying to go for them. And them Imperial guns are just annihilating them as they do so. Now, one of the problems with these little narrow pathways up here is that bit by bit, the bodies are going to build up. And the orks will be able to start mounting a more meaningful assault. But at the moment, the Kriegers are holding the line here, along with their KDM brethren, who are providing the last gun support today. Meanwhile, the Kriegers have mainly got auto guns. Let's get back down here onto the front line, though, because it looks like the ork flank here is starting to widen further than the Sisters of Battle line. In fact, it actually looks like the Sisters of Battle line may have collapsed on this side completely. It has. Look at that. The orks storming through the Sisters of Battle now and heading on right towards the Kriegers. The Kriegers here might want to create a little bit more breathing room, start backing up a bit so they can keep that effective fire in place. There's no point in senselessly throwing their lives away when there's so many more orks to kill here. God, look at that. There's just this massive pile up here. Again, one Sisters of Battle there, just distracting at so many orks, but as soon as she's down, the assault continues here. Again, though, we should have plenty of Sisters of Battle in amongst the line. Count how many times I've said that now as well. Jesus. I don't want to call them sobs. That's the main reason. We've got so many sobs in amongst the line here. Have we actually got any on top of the hill who could go to the front? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it mainly looks like it's Kriegers and Acadians up here. Oh, there is 1 or 2, so if these guys can get their way to the front, they'll be able to plug the orky gap just a little bit. Gosh, look at this. The orks are channeling new pathways here now. With the corpses building up in this area, they've been able to start funneling in new attack avenues. But it looks like this line is holding regardless of the Sisters of Battle, actually, at the moment. Even with the extended flank that the orks have opened up here, the firepower is raining down upon them. Yeah, the last guns cutting through them front lines, taking out the choppers with ease. Though we should be using the last guns really to take out the storm boys. It actually kind of looks like that's exactly what's happening here. The auto guns are going to be just as effective against the sluggers here. But yeah, that last guns are definitely needed to take out the storm boys, because them guys are just the absolute monsters in melee. They're probably the ones who've really caused the Sisters of Battle a lot of pain here, as well as the Meganobs in amongst the line. I just love all that covering fire though, that's just coming in. The orks are getting gunned down in mass. 260,000 losses here to the orks. But they're still pushing. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. They've still got a lot of reinforcements coming in here. And they're trying to push the Imperials out of this village and off that hilltop. Again, this village is just as defensible as that hilltop here for the Imperials at the moment. It offers some narrow attack paths here, which the orks are going to have to funnel themselves into, and the Imperials can really use that to their advantage. Again, more Sisters of Battle here, making their way to that front. And the orks just paying an extreme price here now for every inch of ground that they're trying to gather. This hilltop has not really helped them. Though finally, look at this, I can see the Daka here is starting to arrive on the hilltop. This might be the turning point for the Orkies, where they're able to start advancing and closing that gap now on the village. Because they've been taking an absolute peppering up until this point. Look at how many orks are actually coming over this way. That's kind of weird. There's so many just pouring in through this one little gap. So at least we know for sure that at least on this front here, the orks have got enough reinforcements to keep this attack up for quite a while. Look at that. One Sisters of Battle here. One sub on that front, holding back so many orks, and the cascading it back down as the Kriegers are laying covering fire. We're starting to struggle to hold this hilltop though. We need a little bit of breathing space here, guys. Again, hopefully we can get a couple of Sisters of Battle to the front. But yeah, the orc influence here really starting to spread amongst the battlefield. They're starting to gain ground. Look at all them storm boys. Oh man, there's so many. There's a poor sob in there somewhere. And that's it. They're down. And the charge on the village is starting to happen bit by bit. But will the orcs have enough reinforcements to keep up this sort of momentum? Because it has been costly for them to get this far. Again, these little sobs that just keep coming out every now and then distract the orcs just for long enough to allow that Imperial firepower to do its job. The real concern here, though, is that the orks actually managed to start capturing the hilltop, and it kind of looks like they're doing it bit by bit here. They are getting a foothold. The Imperials are starting to take losses as well, so it's all adding up here in a cumulative battle. It's a battle of attrition once again, as is every battle in the Warhammer 40K universe. Who has more guns than men? That's all that matters in the Warhammer universe. Oh, look at that. Just getting ripped asunder. Even the Ork Mega Knobs here struggling to get through the firepower. Last guns should never really be underestimated. At the end of the day, pure energy being fired at you. I don't care what kind of army you got. That's going to tickle after a while. Yeah, look at this. More subs on the front line. In fact, that's a big old wave of them. Holy cow. This is like a countercharge going on right now. The orks are really going to struggle to deal with this. This is going to be very costly to get through. Again, the Imperials have hardly any units here. It's just how they've been deployed in a really defensible, effective manner. Just using this village here and an extended flank, the funnel of the river, to just make the ork horde almost count for nothing. Look at all this, though. We've cleared out a large chunk of the ork horde now. All the reinforcements coming from this side. They're bringing around a vast swathes of them to try and plug the gaps in their attack lines. But I am a little bit concerned that we're starting to lose the hilltop over this side. Again, look, the orks have advanced right up to the top here now. And they've definitely got a foothold on this side. There's no doubt about that. They're just freely allowing the units up there. Oh my god, look at that. An absolute death funnel coming down the side here of the mountain. Oh, the orks are piling up big down here. Yeah, what happened to the assault on this side? Oh yeah, that was it. The Sisters of Battle came. Although it looks like the Sisters of Battle may have just faltered here, because now the ork assault is renewed, and they're charging once again towards that village. Storm Boys seeming to be the only ones able to get close enough for now. The deadly crossfire. Again, we've got loads of firepower coming up from this side. Just raining down on all the orks. But yeah, again, if the orks do manage to capture this hill point, it's going to be really bad for the Imperials. But we're coming down to only 250,000 orks remaining. And it does feel like a large chunk of them maybe on this side of the field here. I mean, there's definitely a decent amount over here. Again, look at this now. The reinforcements from this side pouring around this way. The orks are desperately flanking absolutely everything they can at this Imperial line here. And we've made this a gigantic body pile as well, actually. Now I've just started noticing. Look how big it is. Oh my god. That definitely wasn't here before. The orks being piled up en masse here. The Kriegers and the Gadians are showing us a masterclass of defense. We actually started to stain the... No, we haven't spilt enough to stain the river yet, but you know what? There's hope. There's still 200,000 orks remaining on the field. Somehow, the Imperials are defending this. Though they have got 2,600 losses now. And they're mounting ever so slowly. We just need more Storm Boys to get into the breaches up here. That's all we need for the orks to be able to push these Imperials off the high ground. And again, the more of an assault that they put on this side, the less Imperial firepower that is raining down onto the main assault. Again, they're making a break for that village, but it seems like they keep getting distracted by subs. Ooh, we just seem to have these weird reinforcement lines. Is there any more in amongst them? Oh god, yeah, there's quite a few on this one. Yeah, the orks have definitely got a challenge now. They might be able to break this other part of the line if they were to focus it, but they haven't been. They've been trying to take the village. And again, it's just cost them so much here. I'm actually really surprised at how few losses the Imperials have. I've tested this battle quite a few times now, and the Imperials lost so many more than this. A lot of the time, they'd get pushed off this hill quite easily. But for some reason this time the orks have just not been able to do it here. They've thrown everything they can at them, including the kitchen sink, and it's just not been enough. I'm starting to get a little bit worried because we're running out of reinforcements here for the orks. They are pumping everything into it though. So, should the Imperials make any mistake here, I'm pretty sure that the orks will be able to capitalize on it. But at the moment, it's just a slow grind. I actually kind of feel sorry for the orks at the moment. I'm sorry, orks. I didn't mean to do this to you. You did so much better in the testing. What happened? Something changed. What changed, orks? What changed? I mean, is it because we've got Daka at the base of the cliff trying to shoot up? I mean, that could be a problem. It does seem like a lot of the Daka got wiped out quite early on, though. So, I think that might have been a big contributor here. Because there was quite a bit of Ork Daka on the field, realistically. Considering how many melee troops they've got. But it's still a wonderful sight to see. I don't know why, but I never get bored of Orks or Tyranids. The problem is with the Tyranids is that the AI breaks all the time, so you just can't use them and get a reliable video out of them. But yeah, at the moment, the Orks still not been able to capitalize on the foothold that they gained up here, which is absolutely amazing. They've pumped so many reinforcements into it. Yeah, look, I think a lot of the Daka ended up coming over this side as well. I can see that there's quite a bit up here. 89,000 Orkies left on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think we need to hit a little bit of a time-lapse camera. Let's go over here just so we can see the Orks coming in, and let's see if they actually manage to push the Imperials off the cliff face over there. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the Ork assault here hit us out completely. The last few hundred here, literally 100 of them on the field now, still trying to attack. Oh, you absolute brave souls. Throw yourselves at the wall of Imperial guns. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, I think our work here is done. But the Orks did get a victory. I think they pretty much just killed all of the Sisters of Battle here as the Imperials go storming over the ridge, finally capturing the hill that they came here to claim. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, all good things must come to an end. So as always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all you channel members who helped keep this channel going. And as always, until next time, peace.